Born just 50 days and 50 kilometers apart, they've been drinking pals for 8 years and appear very natural in each other's company. But it's still a surprise to see them as sumo's latest double act. Araiso Oyakata's debut assignment as interviewer for the official sumo YouTube channel saw him put the questions to January title holder Tokushoryu. That's another thing they have in common. The video was introduced by Onogawa Oyakata and Iwatomo Oyakata, who occasionally chipped in with their own questions. Here then are the key quotes from when the university graduate turned sumo champion met the sumo champion turned university student. Has it sunk in yet? Well, more people call out my name in the street now, so it's sinking in, yes? You look like a totally different wrestler this time. Did you do anything different by way of preparation? Well, the last time I came back to the top division, I got a 4-11, and I thought, I can't have that. So to avoid a repeat, I adopted a new training regime and enlisted a personal trainer. I took the attitude, I've worked so hard to reach Division 1, it's no good with things as they are. I re-evaluated what I was doing and altered my training accordingly. On days 1 to 3 you faced Chiyoshoma, Kaisei and Tochiozan, 3 men against whom you've had massive losing records. How did you approach those bouts? Chiyoshoma was the first match of the new year, and I really focused on it because I saw victory as the harbinger of a great 12 months. I was really pumped on day 1. And the manner of my victory, going forward really well, was key to everything really. You were in the lead from day 7. Did you tense up or anything? Inside, I was actually quite happy not to be on my own in the lead over the middle weekend. Having Shodai and others level pegging with me made me, well, I wouldn't say calm, but at least more comfortable. And I'd say I became calmer inside with each win. In the latter stages, rather than psych myself up, it was more a case of fight one, calm down a bit, fight another, calm down further. Yes, on the final day you looked a lot calmer than Takakeisho out there. The veteran pro, the face of experience, I thought. What would you say were the most crucial bouts for you in January? My final 2 bouts. I approached them as if they could change my life. Certainly that 14th day was massive, wasn't it? It determined whether or not the title was in your hands come the finale. Yes, and the support from the crowd for those 2 matches was amazing. That level of support makes it exciting just to watch you. It brought me back to my younger days too. Like you said, you're still 33, I'm already 33. It's amazing how that nuance changes things. So, you'll get a lot of support from Nara in Osaka. It's a fairly local tournament for you. When my Ibaraki army came down to watch me in Tokyo, I reckon I won about 90% of my bouts in front of them. Converting that extra support into power, not pressure, is the mark of a true pro, I feel. The next question's a bit childish, but how did you eat all of that celebratory sea bream? Oh, I didn't. I think the younger guys cut it up and enjoyed it. You know, I came runner-up 12 times in my career. So there were many occasions on which my stable prepared a sea bream for me just in case, and I ultimately failed to get the cup, and by the time I'd returned to the stable, they'd have sliced it into sashimi. I felt really bad for ruining all their plans. It makes you appreciate the weight of that one final bout, that's for sure. But when you actually get to hold that victory bream, wow, it feels really heavy, right? And the cup does also. Well, but that's why we do it, right? Put everything on the line. When I first held that Emperor's Cup, it was like everything had paid off. You can't beat that moment. Once you taste that, you can put up with anything in order to pursue it again. When I was in the changing room prior to my final match, now obviously the tournament's far from decided at this stage, I overheard the backstage staff asking, "So, who's going to carry the flag for the parade?" And all the sekitori in my stable group are waiting for me too. and I was worried about whether people would actually turn up for the Banzai photo shoot with the cup, because we didn't know until the last moment if we'd even have to do it. Sure. So moving on, how was your Nara homecoming parade? Well, I got them to take the car past my preschool, elementary school, primary school. Everywhere important to me. I wanted to report my success to everybody. Fantastic. So, on to your wife, who's become rather famous of late. I met her at your wedding, of course. Which of her dishes do you like best? Well, she cooks delicious rice in an earthen pot, not one of those rice cookers. You really ought to answer this one more quickly. Shall we just cut some of this? I have to say, your wife is one of the most easygoing people I've met. Yes, she's very level-headed. She nearly never talks to me about sumo, which is nice, I can just switch off. Even when I was winning loads in January, her demeanor never changed. I was wondering if she might say something different in the final few days, but... Oh, she didn't discreetly put an extra dish on your dinner tray to say well done? No, she just said, welcome home, as normal. And sometimes she doesn't even watch. Right, so we can say that there's nothing you like about your wife's cooking. Oh, God, can we just cut this? Okay, stir-fried holy basil with rice. Great. Well, thanks to her being at your side, you could win the title. They talk about spirit as the most important of the 3 core sumo attributes. I think you especially felt that last tournament.